What up, familia? It's your favorite Puerto Rican Brooklyn Philly, and I'm back with another message, right? And jumping right in without further ado. I'm hearing if you're here, this is meant for you. This is something that is meant for you. Something is doesn't smell good. There's something about a bad odor, a bad smell. Yeah, look, crisis. It's a cup of coffee, but also turned into a tumultuous sea. And then there's like lightning from the sky. The cup overfloweth. Now it looks like a ship on top of water. The whole back of my skull and the side is tingling. I'm hearing my spider senses are tingling. It looked just black, but there's blue, hues of blue. So emotional overflow. An emotional overflow. First, I smelled something stinky. I mean, literally, it was my dog passing gas, but it gave the sense of, it was a part of the message. And then the card crisis comes out with this cup of coffee overflowing. And then I'm hearing like an emotional crisis, right? Now, I'm seeing and hearing that it's divinely orchestrated, right? There's this lightning bolt that is shooting out that is causing this tumultuation and this causing of overflow. There's something about the pink hues in the background, like the horizon about to come. So weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And it's at dusk, right before dawn. This here came through dripping, drip, dripping, came through dripping. Isn't that a song, a rap song? Came through, it flew out. So the cards are, things are spilling over, spilling onto the ground, literally. Look, and I'm really struggling to get this card. That was interesting. Yeah. Didn't they point that out? The pink hues coming in with the blue in the horizon, and then look. Right? Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. Pretty mama. Right? And I was just singing right before I cut on this video. Easy like Sunday morning. 'Cause I'm easy. Yeah, and it was Lionel Richie at the piano singing it. I'm a little out of breath now. Did y'all hear that? So, a new beginning. I'm hearing new horizons. I mean, you know, I'm hearing it sounds a little cliché, but right, the phoenix rising. I'm also seeing something about, I'm hearing Hathor. Now I'm hearing Isis, right, with the outspread wings, right? Oh, yeah. So there's something about the underground trip that Isis navigates, right, to bring. The flood is over. No. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Booty baba. The bridge is over. The bridge is over. Eh, eh. And, with the first MC. Down with the sound called BDP. If you want. Well, you must see me. Don't know what to say, yo. That's Boogie Down Productions, BDP. Somebody probably from Brooklyn. Understanding the star, right? Wait a minute. Did y'all just say, wait a minute? Wait a minute. Crisis is a major arcana, Tower. Beginning is the Fool, 0. Just heard 0, zing, zing, no higher. And then Understanding, the Star, card number 17. So this Tower creates a new beginning that leads to healing and understanding. At the bottom of the deck, let's see. The Moon. Right? And once again, dusk. Right? So the moon is still out. There's something about dusk. I'm hearing in the wee hours of the night. Again, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning, right? And the bottom of the deck card for me usually is like the prequel, is what sets up the rest of the cards, right? So it was you being in this possibly hermit mode, isolation mode, and feeling that you don't have a sense of clarity or confusion. Look at the color schemes in these two cards now. Look at how very similar. It was necessary, right, to spill it over, to bring the clarity, to allow the sun. I'm here. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar there. Tomorrow there'll be sun. And now, I mean, the sun is a star, right? So then we have the moon, the sun, and the stars, right? Remember, sky's the limit, right? But it was in this subconscious isolation, possibly very lonely phase, where things weren't very clear. You know, there's something about that wolf energy, a wolf pack. Now I'm hearing that book. I think it's over there on my shelf. It's Women Who Run with Wolves by Dr. Pincola Estevez, I believe is her name. She's a Jungian, a student of Jungian psychology. She practices Jungian, Carl Jung, right? Which talks about integration. So this is now I'm hearing the Great Awakening, the Dark Night of the Soul. Right? All of this led to healing. It was for clarity, for healing, for transformation, for integration. Right? Towers are necessary. That's the title. Towers are necessary. And it's beautiful that from this darkness. So now I'm hearing Genesis. You know, God spoke. And from the darkness and the chaos, the waters, right? Because it's the dark coffee, right? And I'm hearing beautiful black coffee. Isis again. Egypt, which would be initially called Kemet, which is the beautiful black soil, right? Now I'm saying so black and rich and iridescent, right? And it is from this all creation cometh forth. Forth from the blackness. I'm literally getting the vision of the Afro comb with the hand. Now here, fight the power, fight the power. But what I wanted to show is the blue hues here, right? So again, now I'm hearing God spoke, and from the words created, right? And out of that dark abyss of that chaos came creation. And look how it overflows into blue hues here, here, and then finally into the sea here, right? And he separated the firmaments, right? The upper from the lower, and then he spoke again on the second day and spoke again on the third day, right? And each time there was a new creation. There's something also with speaking. Expression, communication. the howling of the wolves. I said it right. There was this howling, you know. I'm here. You manifested. You called in this tower. You prayed in this tower in the weeping hours of the night. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. You prayed this in. You called it in. You manifested. Call it whichever way you want, baby, but you called it in. Literally. Towers are necessary. Towers are transformative. Towers provide healing, enlightenment, understanding. That's so beautiful. Let's pull a couple of the other cards to just, and okay, I just realized, sorry guys, yeah, I'm going berserk here. But look, I mean, all four of them are major arcana. I heard, verily, verily, I say unto you, right? Verily, verily is the language used by Jesus, Yeshua, Isa alayhi salam, to almost, you know, back in that context, say something with emphasis, right? Like, I said what I said, right? Our rendition now of like standing 10 toes down on what I say, right? This is what the cards just did. I said what I said that I said, right? It's like each one confirmed the other. I don't know. I don't want to use this other deck now. It's something about staying with this deck. I cannot. Alchemy, it just flipped out. Yo, which is, look, another major arcana. The Magician. Wow. You alchemized it. Yo, whoever I am yo, now my nose, yes, they want you to know. I'm here, bitch. I don't know who answers to talk like that, but yo, I'm hearing it. Like, yo, you alchemized some shit for your AAA. You alchemized right through I don't know, through howling, through stirring, through the fire, through the limit, through the fire, through the limit, through the phoenix rising, through healing. I'm wishing on a star to follow where you are, right? You alchemize this. The floor is lava, right? You walked on that shit like you walked on water. You walked on lava. You flew in the sky. Remember, it said something about Isis. You did the whole underground journey. Like, who am I speaking to? You are the bomb.com. Yes, I'm showing my age with that phrase. Hey, bars. I don't know. I want to rap, sing, skip to the loo, my darling. What? This is amazing. This is beautiful. Who am I? That's all I got to say. The spirit in me. Yes, bows to the spirit in you. Wow. Okay, again, on the ground. I'm not sure why, but okay. Getting a little annoying spirit, but... Karma. That's temperance. That's card number 14. Yo, arcana after arcana after arcana. Need I say more? Am I making this like, what is it, spirit? Right? No, seriously now. Like, yeah, I just got real something. I don't know. It's like, get it together. Like, serious though, but not like in a negative way. Like, serious, like, yo, you know, hush, child. God's trying to tell you something. Right? Yeah, you brought in equilibrium, right? Yes, back to Carl Jung, this integration, right? This balance between the yin and the yang, the light and the shadow. No, this is beautiful. This is amazing. I mean, life with you is so amazing. Anything? Okay. Disappointment. What about this disappointment, spirit? Yes, look at this. Another major arcana, death. You brung death finally. Or, wait a minute, because I'm getting multiple. And also this disappointment card fell on top of this crisis. Look at the color schemes. Look. Really the coincidence. And look, that's a lotus flower. Right? And then that's an eclipse. The total eclipse of the heart. Right? There's something about what initially looked at as a crisis, right? That maybe arose out of a sense of disappointment. Whatever the disappointment may be, right? Different people are watching this, right? But it was that, look at it, it's this blue, beautiful sea. Look, again, there's something about delving into the subconscious. Didn't I say emotional? Yes. Didn't I say an emotional crisis, right? It was, yes, but it caused this, oh, spirit, how can I say it? This opening, this awakening within, right? This overflow of emotions, right? That allowed for this transformation, right? This transitioning. Yes, look. And that fell, look. I can't make this up. Look at the color scheme. But with the beginning, right? After death comes life. After life comes death. It's the infinity, right? But yes, this death brought about, because this is the death card, 13, a new beginning, right? I'm hearing to live is to die. Or how do I live again if I don't die? I must die to live again. Right? The end leads to once upon a time again. And that's a reference from the book Women Who Run with Wolves. She says that in that book, right? Because she puts together a bunch of different stories, right? From different traditions and tribes and you know, she speaks of like the fairy tale story that starts with once upon a time and then the end, right? But in order for it to be once upon a time again, you have the end. Whereas the end isn't always like this catastrophic, like, you know, everything is over. No, You know, death then gives way to rebirth, to new beginnings. Arrogance. And that fell with the understanding. And what I'm hearing is, right, understanding defeats arrogance. I'm hearing annihilates it. And then it's another 5, right? There was the 5 of disappointment, which would be the 5 of cups. Then the 5 of arrogance, where it would be like the 5 of swords, one-upping, right? I'm hearing leave the egos checked at the door, right? And this one, she's looking dead at you. She's a mural on the wall, trying to be very forefront. Here, very backdrop, eyes closed, sense of humility, and internal, right? Look, the heart to the crown. Here, very external, right? Draped in a lot of jewelry and ostentatiousness and wild hair and looking directly and lipstick and right there's a healing. I just noticed it. Look at the star of her heart there. Green, right, for the heart. Here is the star again. The camera can't pick it up, but that's a star. Oh, there you go. That's a star, right? Again, it's like an awakening of it, right? Here is confound to like this break stuck to her. Right? Here is, I don't know. I just heard free. Balancing. Look at this. Look how beautiful. This fell right over the alchemy. Okay. You alchemized all of it. And in alchemite, right? Here, there goes the yin and the yang again. Look, the sun and the moon, the rainbow, the wings again, right? It's an integration of all equilibrium, right? The feather, you know, again on the scales. So there's a lot of reference to Egypt or Egyptian, ancient mythology, theology. Yeah, look, the green and the blue, right? A warming and a cooling, a balance between the two. I'm hearing nervous system regulated, the chakras aligned. Yo, you've done a lot of work. A lot of work. Whoever's listening to this, you've done, be very, you know, Spirit is saying, your ancestors are saying they're very, very proud of you. You have, you know, I'm hearing, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. I know I can't sing, y'all, but that's so beautiful. That literally took me back to 5th grade, 4th grade. We had the best, oh, my ears ringing now, the most wonderful music teacher who didn't think it was robbery, right? Thought it was significant and important to teach us old Negro spirituals, right? that became a part of me, my very essence, my very system, that my soul would frequently, moving forward, I don't know if this music teacher knew that, right, would empower, uplift, and encourage me on many occasions, like right now. You've overcome so much. You never gave up hope. You stood 10 toes down. Wisdom keeper. Again, all of these we have on the table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 now with this one major arcana on the table. That's the Hierophant, the wisdom keeper, right? I'm hearing from eternals, eternity, this ancient wisdom. And it fell right over. Look at this. Come on, I can't make this up. The karma. Look at the owl with the wisdom. There's so much wisdom, so much ancient, right? I'm thinking of Near East theology, right? I'm thinking of how a lot of those religions predate the Abrahamic religions. And then now I'm thinking of tribal, right? Indian, not American Indian, but Native, right? Again, and the association, affiliation with the earth. Again, this very ancient wisdom. Who are you? I'm honored. Your ancestors are acknowledging you. Divinity is acknowledging all of the work. And they're saying that now, as a result of this alchemy, this healing, this transformative, balancing, alchemizing journey you've been on, right? You're initiated. You're officially this wisdom keeper. At the bottom of the, yo, I can't make this up. Another freaking major economy. Economy? Arcana. Waking up, and it falls right over the moon. Yo, what is the coincidence? That's what I'm saying. I don't care what nobody say. I know what I believe. I don't care. That's my disclaimer. So, anxiety, right? In the darkness, not having clarity, and then waking up. And I said it, this is an awakening of sorts, right? That was, I said this was like the dark night of the soul. There was an awakening now, a new perspective, right? And again, the bottom of the deck energy predates for me, sets up the rest. So waking up from this disappointment, allowing it to understanding that things needed to die in order for a new birth, right? This transition. I don't hear anything else. It's like the message is saying it speaks for itself. Silence. Nothing else. Yeah, I tried. Tried to be very quiet, very still to see if there was anything else I can hear. My son is calling me now. Yeah, beloved, this was the message. This is amazing. You're amazing. You've come a very long way. And I'm hearing this is only the beginning. And now I'm hearing something. There was something about that pause. I heard a reference to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his cry out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when he heard nothing for a while, right? And then that's when the Surah Duha, I think it's Duha, yeah, by the morning star or the morning light came saying, I didn't abandon you, right? And your latter will be greater than your former. And reminding, did I not find you an orphan and take care of you, right? And don't treat the orphan bad and don't do, right? There's a sense of responsibility you have now that you're this wisdom keeper. All the experience that you went through, it was not in vain. You're now meant to go back and wake others up. You have this sonic and a hearing and nocturnal night vision to see directly in the dark and help those who are in those lost cabins of the mind with anxiety. You've been through the crisis. You know it now personally and very well. You know how to get out of it, right? How to rise from the darkness, the phoenix rising. You know how to go inside and internally heal. You know how to alchemize and temper yourself and balance, right? And integrate this wholeness, right? To beat this disappointment and not get into this arrogance, to understand that death and life are necessary in our process and all a part of balancing both our external and internal worlds. You have all this wisdom now. Go forth, beloved. We're grateful for you. It's amazing. You're amazing. I want to thank Spirit. I want to thank my ancestors. I want to thank my guides. And I want to thank you, right? If you want to share anything in the comments, I would love to read it. If this is where we part, stay safe. Go out and do the amazing things. You're being called to do it. It was not in vain, and it's not for you not to share it now. This is a calling, a mandate on your life. Until next time, beloved, Ashe, Amen, and Amin.